So my name is Ryan. I'm the project director at the Cooper Square CLT. We are the longest functioning CLT in the city and the largest. So we were founded out of the struggle against mass displacement and for an alternative community plan in 1994. So the explicit purpose was to take land out of the speculative market, bring long-term security to hundreds of households, and to democratize land stewardship and housing ownership. In total, we have over 300 units of residential housing on our land, most of which are in a limited equity cooperative, and we also have some rentals and over a dozen commercial spaces. So our residential rents are well below the neighborhood median rents of the Lower East Side, hovering around 30% of area median income. So really targeting the low and extremely low income brackets, which we view as essential. The flexibility of the CLT model generally allows for this commercial and community space as well as the residential portion. So a majority of the businesses on our land are owned by people of color, and about half are led by first generation immigrants and half are led by women. So by ensuring affordable commercial space under non-predatory terms, CLTs can keep community institutions, wealth, and jobs in the neighborhoods. So this, of course, is necessary and allowed by decommodifying land. So decommodifying land and putting it into community control allows for this level of affordability and democratic governance in one of the city's hottest land markets. This keeps, as I said, wealth, jobs, and institutions in our community when they would otherwise be displaced by predatory or exploitative rents. Importantly, decommodification, it also allows for democratic governance and added security, since the CLT will never sell the land for profit. As a mission-driven nonprofit, our purpose is to provide low-cost housing and commercial space, not to evict people. It's not to raise rents or to gain any pecuniary or other financial profit. So this level of security and stability has meant that, low-income residents can live without fear of displacement, without fear of rent gouging, and can participate more fully in the governance of their housing. This work, could not have been successful, and I think I speak for a lot of the participants on here, nor can it be sustained without dedicated funding, specifically from the government. So through the council's discretionary funding programs and funding streams, we and others have been able to organize in 2 new buildings that we've acquired, which is our first expansion in over 20 years. And those buildings are called the 2 Buildings Tenants United, the TBTU, where we are focusing on political education, focusing on large-scale rehab for tenants, and leadership development. So with our citywide partners and Nicely, we were able to develop a curriculum really focused on developing tenants into leaders and then leaders into board members. So we are aiming for tenant-led, tenant-controlled housing, which is still pretty rare in New York City. The TBTU, these 2 buildings, this group of 2 buildings, they do have a separate board. It's a separate organization, but they have an interlocking board with the CLT. So what that means is co-governance in practice. So some CLT board members sit on the TBTU board, and we are looking into options to allow TBTU members to be able to sit on the CLT board, adding to security, adding to accountability, to transparency, and skill sharing, which is really crucial. So this city funding has not only allowed for the first expansion of our CLT in years, but also the creation of new CLTs in neighborhoods hit hard by predatory real estate and speculation. By dedicating public funding to CLTs, we really aren't just investing in permanently affordable housing, right? We're investing in so much more. We're investing in people and anchor institutions that stabilize communities, democratize housing and land ownership, and help bring about a more cooperative economy, which is especially important considering, our economy has been somewhat ravaged by COVID. So we're really hoping and excited to hear some ideas from y'all at some point in your races. And we're looking forward to bringing about this new, just solidarity economy. Thanks.